Hello, it is SeahawksFan with another Go Battle League video. Gonna be focusing on Bastiodon this video. Now gonna be using this team for one battle, and then I'm gonna be changing it up. Shadow Swampert, mirror match. Didn't wanna have that alignment, and unfortunately my superior is going up against the Skeleturge. Gonna bring in my Bastiodon, and it's gonna get kind of walled by the Swampert, so I'm gonna need to be swapping into my own Shadow Swampert. Shielded up move. Let's bring in my Swampert. Gonna use my last shield, and let's see what they bring in. They bring in a Talonflame. Okay, with the Incinerate buff, double fire team. Yeah, actually this team definitely isn't bad for it, but just unfortunate I decided to bring in my superior, but Hydro Cannon takes it out, and I get to another Hydro Cannon in time to take out the Swampert. Now, we got a Pelipin lead. Okay, I changed the team once. I swapped out the grass for Dragonair. I just felt like it would be better. Flamethrower will do good against this Venusaur. Shadow Swampert definitely does not want to see that Pelipper, but also only Dragonair is fine with going against this Venusaur. And I don't want to use my last shield to... Yeah. They bring in the Pelipper. They know I have a Swampert. And this is kind of tricky. Got to use my last shield, but I know Weather Ball won't take me out, and that is what they go for, although they have another one. So they will get a shield, and if they get to a third Weather Ball, I'm toast, but they don't. And it's a Lantern. Let's bring in the Shadow Swampert. I need a move, and I need to be able to survive long enough to deal with the Venusaur, but they bring in the Venusaur to catch a Sludge Wave, which is so awful. So it's going to be tricky getting some Dragon Breaths in before throwing the Body Slam. If I could get to a third, I doubt it with the amount of health, but I'm able to just barely take them out. And now, the team I'm going to use for most of the video: Mew lead, Shadow Claw, and then Focus Blast Surf. So, double fire weakness. Well, double fire counters. And Focus Blast Nuke. Kaboom goes the Flygon. Let's bring in the Dragonair. And then swapping into the Bastiodon, the star of the show today, to wall the Talonflames and other flyers. We got a Surf Edge. Now, I know there's very real possibility of a Night Slash, and I call it. And with all this energy, just in case they decide to swap into something, I wanted to have that Focus Blast just for a surprise factor. But instead, I'm going to be saving the energy because Dragonair is a fantastic counter to Lantern. I definitely recommend having something that will take out Lantern in your team. It is running rampant in Great League. But also, if you just don't have Pokemon that don't lose to Lantern, that like Lantern doesn't want to see, you may be more fine than others, but it's a fantastic Pokemon. And the Wombo combo coming in, getting the Surfetched out, and then throwing the Surf to get the shield, and yeah, Bastiodon just walls Skarmory, the new #1 ranked Great League Pokemon. And we got a Superior, Shiny Superior, pretty fancy. Happy sort of with this matchup. I'm hoping that they use the shield, but I could have just thrown the Focus Blast and it would have landed, which is what I wanted. They bring in and catch the Focus Blast. Let's see. It's Quagsire, which that's a big counter to Bastiodon, so that is fantastic to drag out. I imagine the Superior may come back. It's a Azumarill, which is a very annoying counter, but happy to have that dragged out so I don't have it up against my Bastiodon, although it's actually not an awful matchup. But if it does have Hydro Pump, then you need a shield. Superior comes back, and I get the farm down before they get to another move. Now let's bring in Bastiodon, and they don't have Hydro Pump. But I would have done just too much damage over time. Gotta watch out for dark types in the lead. That would just be bad. That would force me to swap this team, but the Hydro Cannon, I'm maxed energy pretty much. Surf gets a shield, and they bring in a Azumarill, so I don't have anything I want to throw at this Azumarill. But Bastiodon is actually a decent swap into Azumarill. Stone Edge brings him down to quite low health. And also using Bastiodon up against something that's not the Swampert is fantastic. And if there's Talonflame in the back, even Scorbunny, I still have Pokemon that will be okay. And I choose to just throw the Flamethrower. And here is a vital mistake. I swap into Mew for the Focus Blast, and then I bring in Dragonair. I should have just brought Dragonair in. This charge is resisted. That's not bad at all. Going to no shield, which is a mistake, because X's brings me quite low. Now, can I take out the Swampert? I should have thrown the Body Slam, and I may have been able to get the knockout. But does Mew have enough health to take out two? No, it does not. Should have saved the Focus Blast for the Swampert, but fatal mistake. Would have been nice. But now we got the Trevenant. We dragged that out. And we found a Water Gun Lantern, which, that will definitely counter the Bastiodon. So at this point, the game is like, okay, you're winning games. We got to counter you we got to stop your Bastiodon. And thankfully, they bring back the Lantern. They want to get some energy going. But they're taking a lot of Body Slam damage. And they really don't want to shield Body Slams. Gonna bring my Mew back. Get some energy. Gonna shield up the heavy hitting Thunderbolt. And I'm gonna throw Surfs, because I do want to try to get a shield or find out what's in the back. And they're actually going to double shield. Which, are they going to severely regret? Well, it's a Talonflame. And yeah, that's bye-bye, Cat Talonflame. Get wrecked, nerd. But of course, like any Pokemon, there's another Pokemon to counter it. Now, there are always better counters than others, but yeah. And up next, we have the Shadow Shiny Gligar, and I'm able to land the Surf. Now, I really don't want to take a dig. That would just knock me out, I think. Unfortunately, their shield, they're using Aerial Ace. And I think they could have only... I'm not sure if they would have only gotten to one dig had they chosen it, but it would have been very close. And they bring in the Azumarill. Azumarill is a scary Pokemon. It kind of has good play into pretty much my whole team. Mew has nothing, no charge move for it. Dragonair, well, it has Body Slam, but Dragon Breath is doing minuscule. Able to resist the ice beams. And I get the knockout. And at this point I use Dragonair to get the Dragon Breath damage. And I get a shield, trying to pick off the shields one by one. I have the Stone Edge ready. I have enough health left on the Mew. I throw the Surf, and I have another one. And that's the GG. That was a close battle, but I got it done. Got the win. Up next, we have an okay lead up against the Spark Lantern. Surf is going to do good damage overall, but if I can land the Focus Blast, they are going to be just about as good as toast. And that is what I go for, and it lands. And this is a pretty important Pokemon for me to try and clear out, so I don't want to waste energy. I want to just try to win alignment and finding the Talonflame. I'm even able to get to another Surf in time, getting their shield, and just walling the Talonflame. And I find the very, very, very annoying, powerful Vigoroth with Rock Slide, with the new Rock Slide move this season. I'm definitely excited to try it out, but it wasn't number one on my priority, and it does land this heavy hitting Rock Slide. It is a better move to use than Bulldoze, so I'm expecting most to have it, but Bulldoze will be a pleasant surprise. Up next, we got a Skarmory lead. Okay. Surf is going to be probably the best damage for energy I can land. Focus Blast will be like neutral damage, although it's definitely still going to hit a lot. Not sure if it is going to equal to Surfs, but it's safer to throw just Surfs. Able to get shields for good energy value. And the last Surf lands, and I have enough health to want to use my last shield, and I'm able to preserve alignment. One last Surf, and I'm going to be bringing in my Bastiodon because the dragon does not want to fight the Charm user. But Cloud's Eye, this is tricky. Stone Edge brings me to under half health. Now, Shadow is definitely recommended from what I see more. And I would have been able to still only survive one hit, but I would have done extra damage. Is my Bastiodon going to be able to take out this Cloud's Eye and a shield down? Well, their shield's gone, but that extra shadow damage may have been the difference maker, and Earthquake just clears out the Bastiodon. We got the Toxicroak, and I knew immediately it was going to be a Shadow Ball. I knew that they were going for that. And this is a good lead. I'm able to do good damage with Surf, but they bring in an Ice, and I release the Focus Blast, and I get the Shadow Claw down before they get to a move. Just putting myself in pole position, and I'm able to find reveal the third Pokemon on the team. I know. Okay. Bastiodon does not want to see Toxicroak. It can do some decent damage, and they catch the Stone Edge on the Toxicroak. That's nice. They're going to be getting me down quite low and actually taking me out before I take them out. But it's fine, because a Water Gun Lantern does not want to see a Dragonair in an even shield scenario when it only just has a bit over half health. And Surf some important chip damage, but they're not going to be liking the 2 body slams. First one was thrown, and the second one, they're knockout range, and I'm just going to play it safe with using a shield. I didn't need a shield, but just not going to play around. And that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. This is a pretty fun team. Of course, I'm not much of a Bastiodon user, but with the resurgence of Talonflame and Skarmory, those just wanted to use it to wall some flyers. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button. It helps the channel a lot. And subscribe for more content. I appreciate everyone who does those things. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.